So, hi everyone, good evening. Hope you are doing extremely well. And as you all know, today we have event of Kickstart Your Business Consultancy Career. And for this event, we have Mr. Saurav Dutta with us. He's a business consultant at Rentocart. Welcome, sir. Welcome to Squad Growth. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Shaurya. How are you?
I'm good too, sir. People, if you have any question, put in the message section. We will take your questions. And yes, sir, please introduce yourself and then we can proceed further.
Surely. So, guys, hi. My name is Saurav. So, I am a business consultant at Rentocard. So, we basically this company and how business consultancy work and what we do exactly. So, today we'll be covering that and how you guys can start your career in business consultancy, how you can get into business analytics, business analyst, and different more options. We'll be talking about that.
Yes, sir. And people, whatever questions you have during the session, just put in the message section. We will take your questions. And yes, sir, we can start the event.
Okay, so let's start. Let me start giving you, an idea about, how business, what business consultancy actually is. So a lot of people actually get confused with what business consultancy is and, how it's actually done. And most of the people get confused with business consultancy as more of like, into business analyst. So there's like huge difference how we actually do it. So now, as far as most people know what consultancy is and how we do it, so every company will have set of people who work as a business consultant, business analyst, and management consultant. You have heard about these terms. Like a lot of huge companies are there who are actually the consultant. We know all of companies like Deloitte, we have PwC, we have you know all these companies. So understanding consultancy, first of all, the first point that we want to talk about is understanding the business. First of all, what business that we are doing, we need to first understand what business is going through. Then understanding what the people and the organization structure is all about, and what is driving the people and why. Learning the reason why is much more important. Then we need to understand about the problem statement. Then we need to understand what is already being done. So consultant is, either you have two options there. The first option is either you have to help company to generate more revenue, or you have to help company to bring out their cost down. They have to cost, put down the cost. So basically it's like how company can generate more of profit. So you need to understand that, and you need to know what is already being done so that you can help them. Then there is one more most important point is execution. So why am I putting more effort into execution? It's basically we need to analyze what is already being done and what is the problem and how we can actually get it done for. And then we come about goals. We have different plans, we have different tactics, and we have to address the challenge how it's actually done. Then there is drawing up the implementation process, how we actually put the implementation. Then we have key responsibilities area, we have key performance index, and then we have review mechanism. So review mechanism is the place where you will be like, this work has been done by the consultant, so we need to know, is the work actually done, and what is the profit, and what is the thing that the company is generating from this. So we need to check that also. That is the most last stage that we talk about. So this is what actually consultancy looks like. So basically, people would be like, what does business consultant do? What is your work? So is it all about business, or is it all about doing things? You need an MBA degree, or you don't need an MBA degree. How can you actually get into it? So talking about, I did my 12th from PCM, then moved into college, did my engineering. So I did not pursue. So I'm on verge of pursuing my MBA right now. So we are getting my MBA done. So that's there. So I'm doing my MBA. So there are multiple different things that are you know here key how you can actually start your career into consultancy. First, you have to have that passion for business. First, you need to know, okay, how a business works. And because nowadays everything works on statistics, data, results, we have to have a lot of figures, a lot of numbers that we have. So Now we'll go, into directly into why consultancy and sales. A lot of people thinks sales is very easy and sales is something which is related to consultancy. No, sales and consultancies are completely different thing. So now it's all about the system for consistent performance and continuous improvement. And we have to do a timely review and technology adaptation. So technology we have to adopt. There are a lot of technologies that we are adopting in today's day. And a consultant works on different things. So you need to have bit of a programming idea, bit of a programming languages also. Like we all work on Excel. So Excel is one of the prime key that we work on. But to present data, we cannot actually use Excel to present data. We have to have a better software. So we have two, software that we use. First of all is a Power BI, that's by Microsoft, that we use. Secondly, we have Tableau that we use. So these are the two things. Then we have different lot of databases that we work with, that we have to address with SQL, that is there. So these are the few things that you have to know about all this. Yeah. So this is all about the introduction of a business consultancy and how it's actually work.
That's great, sir. We have some questions from our community. Should we take them right now?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. So the first question we have is, how much experience is required to become a business consultant?
So experience, I would say at least a 2 to 3 years of experience is needed, because 2 to 3 years experience is a must to be a business consultant. Because you can be a fresher and get into consultancy, but you would not be given that position and that lot of a work, because mostly a junior consultant is mostly into doing sorting data and putting it into Excel and just reviewing it.
Got it. So another is how a fresher can become a business consultant.
So a fresher who is actually interested to become a business consultant should firstly focus on the business that is happening, what sort of consultant they want to become. So there are different sort of business consultant in the field. So do you want to get along with the company, you have to have a lot of business ideas, how you have to actually need to help the company to grow their revenue. So there are two ways that you can help a company to grow the revenue. Either you have to boost their sales and their revenue by marginal amount so that they make a lot of money, or there is a second option that you want to put down the expense of the company so that they have a lot of profits. So there are two options that you can do. So answer, so yeah, so the question was, how can a fresher start into business consultancy?
Yes, sir.
So my focus would be, first of all, the guy, the person who's actually interested starting with the career into business consultancy has to start putting efforts into learning MS Excel. And there are few certification courses that I would obviously recommend. There are a lot of platforms like Simply Learn. We have platforms, different certification programs are there. You can get along with Power BI, you can get along with Tableau, you can start having small and little idea about SQL, some programming ideas about Python and R. So that is required. So those would be needed.
Got it, sir. Got it. Um, yes. So next question we have is, what is the package of business consultant?
So the package of business consultant can anyway lie between 10 lakh per annum till 30 lakhs per annum. So this is the range that we are talking about. So why there's a huge difference in the range, I would say, that there are some of the consultant who are making around 10 lakh, 12 lakh, 13 lakhs a year. There are few who are making around 30, 50, even 50 is like no barrier for consultants. Because if you're working with big four, the huge companies, or you are placed somewhere with let's suppose you are working for Deloitte and your experience is around 15 years, and let's suppose you're managing companies like Indian Oil or ONGC. So yes, so you would be having a huge amount of package that you would be expecting, but a fresher can expect somewhere between 10 to 12 lakhs.
Got it, sir. Got it. People, if you have some more questions, just put in the message section. We will take the questions. Uh, so next question, which we have.
Okay. So yeah. So let's move ahead with the other question.
So the question was, what type of companies require business consultant?
So in today's day, let's suppose all big companies need business consultant, because let's in today's day, the biggest thing that a company has is its data. So if there's a person who can analyze the data, a huge chunk of data, and then get the data perfectly in a place, clean the data, and start executing business on the proper data. Let's suppose a company who is making shoes in today's day, but they are trying to focus into Indian market. So in India, we will not be launching shoe worth rupees 40,000 or 50,000 or 60,000, and that will go crazy in the market. To understand that, there are a lot of companies in today's day, companies like Bata, Khadims, we have Reebok, Nike, Adidas, different companies. They have different sort of business consultants sitting who are analyzing the data, checking the market growth, checking the market capita. In today in India, all of us, if I say you a thing, you will guys will be amazed that in India, what is the biggest footwear manufacturer, what is the biggest market capita that a company holds? We all will be like it's Bata, or will be like it's Khadims, or it will be like Nike. But no, it's Campus. It's a very basic brand that we all have seen that they hardly make shoes at the range of 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 at that price point. But in today's day, they have a market capita of nearly about $2 billion in here in India. The growth is that huge because they have directed their business only in India, and they have understood the market very properly, and the people who actually purchase it can be someone of a big tier, some mid tier, and someone at low tier also. So all of the people are purchasing that, and they are having a good amount of market capital and revenue. So this is what a business consultant do, and a lot of companies in today's day would require that. And especially companies, now you have to understand, all of the companies who are into, let's suppose, product sales or service sales, any sales a company is into that is generating revenue would be needing that. A business consultant is a must.
Got it, sir. Got it. It means it has a huge and bright future.
A lot of future. Why I would say that, like business coaching, business consultancy, these fields were very unheard in India. Let's suppose past 10 years, there has been a huge demand, huge spike in the numbers and growth of such services. you know And I'll even say you one thing today, that day is not far when people will start considering business consultant and coaches as as equivalent to doctors and regular health checkups, because they will find challenges in the business, because the competition is rising every day. A new company is coming up every day. We have companies with who's turning into unicorns, who are turning into huge, like companies who are startups. They are raising huge amount of money. There are a lot of companies that they are building themselves in a different way. So slowly and steadily, this business consultancy and business consultants, business analysts, this position will keep on growing. And with time, India will be, this will have as bright career as doctors and engineers in today's day.
Got it, sir. Got it. Another question from our community is, can students from different fields get into business consultancy? If yes, then how?
Yeah. So as I answered it before also, that be it from any field. Let's suppose a lot of people think that MBA is a must. Getting into to get into business consultancy or business analyst, you need to have an MBA degree. No, that's not what there will be. You will see people who don't even have MBA degree, but they have huge amount of experience, and they have career driven into business. If you are from commerce, let's suppose if you are from BBA, let's suppose if you are from science, most of them, if you are from engineering, let's suppose, are you from computer science, or are you from, let's suppose, civil or mechanical, wherever you're from, if you want to start your career into this line, start experiencing, start going through different sort of books, start learning Excel, because MS Excel looks very simple in today's day. When we used to be kid, we used to be like, we need to learn MS Excel, and we used to be like, this is very easy, just inputting data into sales. But there are a lot of formulas that are, there are a lot of things that's called FMS in today's day. That is just like a CRM. You get to buy CRMs, but you can build your own CRM on Excel, and a lot of things are there. And you need to start practicing Excel on your daily basis. After you are done mastered in Excel, because which will at least take you 6 months. After you are done good with Excel, move to Power BI. So Power BI is a software by Microsoft, and there is one more similar software that people and we use, that's called Tableau. That's by Salesforce. So you can go with either of Power BI, either with Tableau. You can go either of them. Then start having, do some, basic knowledge about some programming language like Python, because that is the bridge that would be needing for you. Because when a company gives a position of a data consultant or a business consultant, the first thing that is required is you would be having a lot of access of databases, and databases are stored as form SQL. So you need to have a knowledge of SQL, you need to have a knowledge of Python or R. So these things are required.
Got it, sir.
And the best thing that I would say is, if you want to start your career, start doing some certification right along, when you are in second year or third year, start doing that.
Got it. Got it, sir. Got it. So you just covered my next question, which somebody asked, that is MBA required for business consultant? You just covered that.
So it's like a topping. So if you have it, it's more and well needed in your future run, when you are running for it, and you are wanting to see a huge spike in your salary. Let's suppose you joined as in like 10-12 lakh package, and then you want in future that my package increases up to 20-25 lakhs annum. So to do that, MBA degree, I would say, would be very welcoming, because the moment you would be changing your company, and let's suppose you're looking for some change, and let's suppose starting so you have started applying for some other company, so they would be asking you for an MBA degree.
Got it. Got it. So next question is, what are the different profiles or profiles related around business consultancy?
So let's suppose, talking about business consultancy, the profile that I would say is a business analyst. So the nearest profile that I would talk about. So business analyst is a small part of business consultancy. So business analyst, what they do, so by the word analyst, we already know these are the people who actually analyzes the data. So these are the people who are responsible actually only for the data and the number. And now a lot of people would start having confusion that what does a data scientist do? Because data, we already think that data scientists do that, but no. So now see, business analysts, they throw a lot of data and possibility. Okay. But the nearest profile is business analyst, but it's a small part of business consultancy itself. So now a business consultant has to understand, which data to act upon. If I have given a set of data, I need to know, I have to choose this data. I have to get into this thing. But now the business consultant will start creating system, process, and he will ensure that the analysis that the business analyst has done, that the analysis leads to a better revenue, a better job satisfaction, and helps the company to shorten or to accompany the short or the long term goal that the company has. So my thing would be, the nearest profile that we business consultant that we look is business analyst.
Got it, sir. Got it. So another question is also related to like graduation. Can an engineer become business consultant?
You can see me. I am an engineer turned into a business consultant. So I have completed my engineering from civil, so which has no connection. So in civil, when in second and third year, you get a lot of business ideas. We used to have subject like costs, so where we have to find out. So then that business thing comes in you. So yes, an engineer can turn into anything, not just business consultant. They can turn into anything. You just need to, in today's day, everyone who is listening and would be listening to this, I want to tell one a very important key factor. Companies do not look for your degrees. Stop judging yourself on based out of your degrees. Companies are looking for experience, that is there, but the other thing is skills. If you have the required set of skills, be it are you from arts or commerce or science, does not matter. The company will recruit you.
Got
The
it, sir.
skills you need to work upon, and you need to have a lot. I would suggest there are tons and tons of websites in today's day that gives you free certification. Start collecting your certification courses, start collecting your certificates, be it the Google one, be it the IBM one, be it the Simply Learn one. We have different platforms. Even Google offers so many free courses. Start getting done with the courses. Those are online courses. Sit with them, and maybe with required set of skills. And if you want to test out your skills, so when I was in last year student and I wanted to test out my skills, so I used to go to platforms where like Upworks was there, Fiverr was there. It still exists. So we used to go there and look for freelance jobs, small freelance. So we used to check our capability. How capable am I to represent myself in front of a company? So you have to be a problem solver. So here, the one most important thing is companies paying to solve a problem. So you have to be a problem solver here. You have to help the company either to generate more income, or the second option is you help the company to reduce down their cost. So the net profit of the company always remains high.
Got it, sir. Got it. So next question is interesting. Is there any recession in the business consultancy career or field?
Okay, recession. Okay. So this is actually interesting. So now talking about recession, yes, a lot of layoffs that we are seeing right now. We all are very familiar with whatever is happening. Let's suppose Google, Meta, and any company that's happening. Yes, there is recession. And I believe business consultant career, or be it any career, recession can affect it. But I will not say that it will be so badly affected that you will never get a career. No, that's not. Because with this time coming, we have entrepreneurs at each and every stages. Each and every house in India has an entrepreneur sitting, budding, trying his level best to get out of in front of the world. Some of them are building, some of they are into business, some of they are selling. Different people are doing different things. But my take would be, if there is recession, yes, something or the other, some percentage can go down. But with upcoming businesses and companies raising money, turning into unicorns, and different companies coming up, business consultancy career will boom. This will go up, because a company, if it wants to survive in the market, it needs business consultants and business analysts to run their business.
Got it, sir. Got it. And people, this is the last time we will take any questions if you have any. So if you have any question, just put it in the message section. Till then, sir, would you like to give any message to the community or to the listeners?
Yeah. So everyone who's listening to this, so the message that I want to give, be it any field that you want to grow in, but I will put much more effort into teaching what I have learned in my business consultancy career, that you need three things that is much more important, and which not just you, any company will also look into you. There are three things that is required, that is empathy, patience, and curiosity. These three things would be needing, these three traits need to be, apart from the technical skills. Okay, I'm not including the technical skills out there, because a lot of people has it. A lot of different people have it. Any random people walking on the road knows Python nowadays. So it's not an achievement that I'm talking about. So empathy, patience, and curiosity. So a company, while hiring, around part 4 or part 5 or round 4 or round 5 of the interview, they'll make you sit in front of them, and the first question they will ask, so the question, let's suppose they will be like, why is, why in 2018 or 19 Maggie failed in India. So now there will be some people who will be like, उसपे तो Maggie में lead था, there was lead in the Maggie, so there will be few people shooting the ducks around them. But there will be few people who will actually talk layers by layers. So this is the first layer that you're talking about. But there will be people who will actually talk layer by layer, and they would be like talking about the numbers, talking about the bar graphs, talking about the percentage, and then they will talk about the actual figures and how they can boost the sales. So we all saw Maggie going down, and suddenly Maggie's market capital was nearly collapsing. Then suddenly we saw Maggie uprising again. How did that happen? That was based out of data. Data played the huge role out there. Maggie knew, obviously other field was also important, sales, marketing and stuff were also important in this field, but a business consultant and data analyst, business analyst, there are a lot of people were there on the back end working to make Maggie rise again. So there will be companies who will make you sit in front of them, and they'll ask you a very big question. Questions like which you need to give a proper answer. Let's suppose a question like, you know why is Congress not winning at central level? So a lot of people will be like, Rahul Gandhi is there, this there. I don't want to get into politics, but people would be shooting the duck around them, but you have to give a very proper answer with the numbers. What was the seats, what was, what didn't they get it, how and why they didn't get it, and how they can get it. So these are some questions that you have to prepare yourself, and you need to know that I have to give such answer that the person sitting in front of me would be like, okay, this guy has these three things that we are looking for, that is empathy, patience and curiosity, apart from the technical skills. So always work for these three things, because technical skills anyone can learn. We all can learn technical skills, because in MBA, so I have a friend, okay, who actually works at Deloitte. So one day I was talking to him. So he actually looks for Indian Oil. So I was actually talking to him one day, and he is like, I'm not. So he said even he's not an MBA. So he's pursuing his MBA right now. So he's like, I am working for Indian Oil right now, and this is the real MBA that I'm doing, with the real problems, real sort of data, real people out around me, and I'm actually solving their problem. And that guy has so much of curiosity, he has so much of patience, he wants to learn different things, he wants to execute at the different level, because the company is expecting you to solve the problem. You have to be a problem solver. You cannot be like every time, go to your management and be like, what do I do with this, how do I solve this? No, you are the one who needs to solve it. You are the one who needs to answer, why isn't the data that is being given to you, why aren't you able to boost the net profit of the company? So these are
Got
the thing that everyone needs to start focusing.
got it, sir. Got it. Uh, so that's a valuable message, guys, which you just got from sir. And sir, we don't have any other new question. So, guys, I hope you all enjoyed the session. You all learned something new, something interesting. And thank you very much, sir, for the amazing session, for the amazing knowledge you shared with us, with our community.
Thank you so much, Shaurya, for having me, and everyone. Thank you so much for being there. And the last thing that I wanna say, I'm really very sorry for the my internet connectivity, that
No issues, no issues.
that caused a lot of problem in between, but I'm really sorry. And yeah, if any one of you wants to get along in their life, along with business consultancy career, yeah, I'm there on LinkedIn. Do hit me up. Surya is there, so he would make me connect back again. So we are there.
Definitely, sir, definitely.
Surely then. Thank you
Thank
so much,
you.
Surya, for having me.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.